Sure. So I'm Jennifer Owens, and I'm employed in 3 different places. But it all falls under mental health. So I am a substance abuse evaluator for the Superior Court of New Jersey. So I do all of their drug and alcohol assessments to determine if people need drug and alcohol treatment, and if so, what level of care they would need. And then I am also a therapist in 2 different locations. One is a Gateway Wellness Center, and the other is Nurtured Mind. So all under mental health. I kind of fell into it because I was in a really bad way. I had went through some significant things for a few years, dropped out of college, and needed a job. Yeah. And that's kind of how that went. And I'll never forget this director at a program called Gateway. It was another Gateway. It was called Gateway Foundation. Mm-hmm. And they were a contracted and program at the state prisons. And I seen the ad online or something, and I applied. I figured I had a lot of college credits. I should be able to at least get an interview. Mm-hmm. And he told me about the CADC program, which is for Certified Drug and Alcohol Counseling. And he was like, I'm gonna give you a chance. Mm-hmm. And if you go do these classes and go through this program and things like that, then we'll keep you on and we'll see what you can do. Mm-hmm. So he kind of took a chance on me. Nice. And it was the best thing that someone could have ever done for me. So it was a complete act of desperation. Yeah. That's how I ended up in the field, and basically God's steady hand. I think they bring me different opportunities to do what I love. Mm-hmm. So I guess it is equal. Mm-hmm. And they also balance each other out, because full-time therapy is a complete investment. Yeah. So you're wholly invested all the time. Yeah. With people, and sometimes with their families. So I work with children. When you work in drug and alcohol as a full-time therapist, you deal with the family a lot as well, whether they're adults or children. Mm-hmm. So you're fully invested all the time, and it takes a lot of energy, a lot of focus. Whereas evaluations gives me a break from that. I get an opportunity to see someone. We have a discussion for about an hour or so. We talk about their history, and I get to make a referral for them, and then it's done. I have worked in the field of mental health for 13 years, so I've learned a lot about burnout. And so what I do for me is I don't bring my work home. The funny thing is, we had to work from home for 18 months for the courts, but that was okay. I had to learn how to establish boundaries then, because that was new. But I don't bring my work home. I don't work at a job that requires me to have a phone. So that's number one. I also I make sure that I have someone that I can speak to. I advocate for people to see therapists all the time, and I see my own therapist. Yeah. It's my own opportunity to just vent and to kind of work through some stuff maybe I'm stuck with. Mm-hmm. Also, we are required to have supervision in this field. It doesn't mean that someone's checking your work. You have those type of supervisors as well, but this type of supervision is like me sitting down with another professional, someone on the outside of my agency, someone on the outside looking in and I'm saying I'm really struggling with this client. Having supervision for work, not taking my work home, engaging in things that I like to do. I like to read. I'm in a book club. I get fulfilled by coming to Bible study, listening to prayer calls in the morning, like things like that. I guess I can say I have life outside of work. Yeah. I work at 2 different places that offer individual counseling. We also do family counseling, group therapy, and couples counseling. So Gateway Wellness Center is in Bridgeton, New Jersey. It's 110 Cohansey Street, Suite A, in Bridgeton. We are an income-based program, so that means that you have to complete some paperwork to see if you could get free services, which is normally the goal. We want people to be able to have free services so they don't have that worry. Mm-hmm. And then if you don't qualify for free services, then it's a pretty low payment that you have to come out of pocket for. I think it's like $40 or something like that for a session, which is very cheap. Therapy can be extremely expensive, upwards to $300 a session. Mm-hmm. So it's a blessing to be able to offer people those services. So what you would do is contact the Gateway Wellness Center, and just do an intake, and then you will be assigned to a therapist. You could request me, but I ask people not to, because people think that, oh, I see Jen, and she's so sweet and she's so funny, and when you get in therapy, you can completely hate me as a therapist.
Right? Like, never mind.
Exactly. So let God take care of that, right? You just call, do an intake, and you'll be assigned. We're open Monday through Saturday, and we also offer telehealth. So if you can't make it to the office, then you can set that good old computer up and get your session in. And then the other facility I work for is Nurtured Minds. That's in Cape May Courthouse, New Jersey. I only do telehealth for them. So right now I'm accepting clients via telehealth for Nurtured Minds. There are also 3 other therapists there. So you could just reach out to Nurtured Minds and get it set up. You can ask for me again, but if we know each other slightly, I prefer people just not to. But just be open to what God has in store for you. So maybe you end up in front of me, maybe you don't. Nurtured Minds is a private pay facility, and we also take private insurance. So if you have like Horizon, NJ Direct, or some form of Aetna through your employer, you can use those types of insurances there and pay your copay. If you don't have that type of insurance, and you wanted to see me for telehealth, it's only $25 a session. So it's very doable. We're just trying to let people know that we're out here and we're trying to make therapy accessible for everyone. So you have 2 options there. Other than that, I'm not offering any one-on-one counseling outside of those facilities. Not yet, so keep your eyes out, and maybe something will happen in the near future. We'll see what God has in store for me. If you are interested, or you're not in the area of Nurtured Minds or Gateway Wellness, you can go on therapyforblackgirls.com, and you can put your zip code in, and you can also put your insurance, whether you're self-pay or your insurance, and it will filter out the therapists in your area that take your insurance. And primarily it's all Black women therapists that are in that database. So if that's what you're looking for. And also for men, there's a great website called Black Men Heal, and they offer like 8 free sessions, I believe it is. You have to do the application and go through the process, but 8 free sessions with a licensed therapist for men. And so it could be a man or a woman, a therapist, but this site is primarily for men. And they do offer those 8 free sessions. And then after that, I think you get like a sliding scale fee, or use your insurance. But those are 2 sites that I really love, and they've been extremely helpful for people in the past. So I just wanted to put that out there for people.